So your team fired or didn't fire? What was the word? What did they do to Mike McCarthy? Broke up?
So bummed. Yeah, they, there's just not going to be
Parted
any
ways?
negotiations. They parted ways. Yeah. I'm in the middle. I know you tried to get me to hate McCarthy, but the very few wanted him to come back. Very many wanted him to be gone. I was somewhere in the middle. I appreciated that he won 12 games 3 years in a row. That's pretty great. I feel like it's like getting a new iPhone. Like, the one you have is old and shitty, and it's got like a crack in the front, and you have to charge it every 3 hours. But you're also a little worried about the new one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
what if they have some bugs I didn't realize? Yeah.
Are my app's going to transfer? Is my email going to sync up?
I don't like what they did with the photo albums. I like the photo albums the old way.
Yeah. And so if the photo album is going to feature freaking Deion Sanders, I got to be honest, I might be out. I may have to tap out on this team for a little bit.
Oh, stop
for a little
bit.
bit.
You're not doing that. You sound like fantasy. Fantasy
I
is
don't like it.
Fantasy's always, Fantasy's threatening to quit the Jets now. He quit the Knicks a couple years ago.
I need a break from the clown show. Give me Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Tomlin, Zimmer, Flores. I don't care any of them. Deion comes in and first of all, he sucks. He really does. If you watch, I've watched college, his clock management, scheming as bad as anybody else's, right? And he was 13-11 as a coach for Colorado. I'm not even going to count Jackson effing State. You and I could go 6-6 coaching with good assistants. 13-11. We're going to sign this guy and pay him $8 million.
I'm psyched that could go 6-6. That's great.
Yeah, congratulations.
A lot of Madden experience,
coach.
a lot of video game experience. So listen, I don't have a dog in this race other than I love talking Cowboys with you, especially on this podcast. I don't understand what he was doing the last 12 months, Jared Jones. Where they brought McCarthy back after, it just seemed like after the playoffs, he was out. It was such a humiliating loss. Or they know, let's bring him back. They bring him back. They do all the weird contract stuff. There's multiple points in the first half of the season where it seems like they're just going to fire him. They don't. They string it along. Even though the season's over, they've lost Dak. They string it along the whole year. They lose out on multiple guys who might have been interesting hires.
Right.
And then they part ways with them. I don't get it. It's just, it's like, did he just not want to spend one more penny on a coach?
He doesn't. He doesn't buy guys out.
Is Jared Jones cheap?
He doesn't pay out with the coaches. He doesn't pay out. Well, first of all, in the real world, everybody would be fine with this. Like, people should be able to play out their contract, and that's it. You have to give everybody an extension.
But it's more like he missed out. Belichick and Vrabel were the two best guys, and he missed out on both of them.
Everybody's saying Belichick might have listened. He might not have taken that job. Maybe he'll even turn that job down, even though he has it in North Carolina. But I feel like no matter what, whenever they announce the head coach, my reaction, I would bet this is going to be minus 2,000. That my reaction is going to be, that's going to be it. No matter who they name, unless it's Deion, then it's going to be a lot more vitriol than that. But it's going to be a Ron Rivera type, isn't it?
Well, worst case scenario is Jason Garrett.
That is terrible.
That would be the funniest outcome is Jason Garrett or Billy Bob Thornton and Landman would be the two funniest outcomes. Deion, I think, would just be a disaster. Yeah. I think it's already dicey enough to just grab a guy from college and make him an NFL head coach, not having been in the league at all against anybody, but to especially do it with somebody who's a pretty green college head coach. Yeah. If you said, I also don't really believe that story. I don't think it's hard to research like who broke the story. Do they have ties? Are they maybe represented by the same marketing firm as the person who there's some red flags in general. It seems like it's good for both sides to pretend they might hire Deion. I don't think they're going to hire Deion. And if this blows up in my face, so be it.
I pray you're right, because it's like I said, is it a shit show or a clown show? Let's maybe make a poll. Let's put it out there. But
what's crazier to you, Belichick turning his back on UNC after already going down the road, bringing people in, doing recruiting, and then being like, oh shit, the Cowboys job is available. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for everything, North Carolina. Is that crazier, or is it crazier just to hire Deion Sanders?
Coming from who? Like Belichick, I don't think that's a crazy move from him. I would expect anything from him at this point. I think it's kind of shitty.
He stabbed the Jets in the back. That in 2000? Yeah.
It wouldn't be good to do to Lombardi. You would have to bring Lombardi back. You'd have to put him on a podcast with Van Latham or something. I don't know what you would have to do.
Lombardi. We're here for Lombardi if that happened.
But I don't think anything's worse than the Deion thing. I'm sorry. And then what would they have to get Shador too? They trade. What do? They trade to the Titans. Does Dak go to the Titans and then more picks and then they get Shador? This could be a complete disaster.
Can I gently nudge back here?
Sure.
For content, the Cowboys hiring Deion is the fucking best. That's like the best. That would be the number one thing people talked about the entire offseason. Deion in Dallas, is this going to work? People like you would be like, here's why this isn't going to work. Other people are like, no, you're wrong. And we would just be off. It would be, if you're going to have an 8-8, 8-9, I guess 8-9 now because we have 17 games. You're an 8-9 team. You may as well have Deion as your coach and not, random Coach X. Ben Johnson, do anything for you?
I'd be out of the content business, so it wouldn't be good for content. I mean, for me, it wouldn't. I'd be out.
Ben Simmons. Johnson does nothing for you?
No, it's fine. That's good. Someone like that could deserve it, right? I think. Aaron Glenn, right? Flores.
Well, Aaron Glenn, I think, is actually a really good coaching candidate.
Right.
But it seems like there's some Jets buzz with him now.
I've heard that too. And Kellen Moore.
He played there.
Like names. Yeah.
If you're the Jets, like you want to get somebody who's actually been a part of your franchise and is willing to reconsider going back to it versus what most normal people's reactions would be to that of, I never want to see you guys again. I can't believe I was on the Jets.
How about no coach? Like Jerry, there's no GM. Why not try no coach? See what happens there.
Maybe Jerry just wants to act after his Emmy Award-winning performance of Landman. Maybe he doesn't care. Good. Maybe he's got the acting bug. When I mentioned it to you, you didn't believe me.
You were right. I have to hand it to Jerry when he does something good. And that was phenomenal. The crying, whatever, the fake crying, really good acting. Does it make does Sir Anthony Hopkins look at that and be like, you son of a bitch, you're making a mockery of our business, our craft.
Well, it is like if Anthony Hopkins just like coached the Niners one year or one game and did had a really good quarter, just popped in and called some plays and was like, do this, do this, do this. Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other candidates. I think Vrabel would have been great, but we took him. Pete Carroll. Feels like you've kind of moved sideways with McCarthy, where you have this experienced veteran coach who's had success, who won a Super Bowl in the past, but is in his mid-70s.
I'm really okay with anyone but the Clapper or Deion Sanders.
That's it. So your DNH, do not hire list is the Clapper.
That's it.
Dave Campo. You wouldn't want Dave Campo back.
I'm ready to be somewhat disappointed either way, but it starts with those two at the top. Not that he's being considered Jason Garrett. I mean, Jason Witten is actually his name has been thrown out there. It's actually up there. If there are some, you could look at odds. Some places he's like third.
Really?
Yeah.
Was Aikman in any of the odds or no?
I didn't see Aikman. No, he's happy being upset in the booth. He's not gonna move on.
Would you rather have Deion Sanders or Daniel Kellison as your head coach?
Daniel be fun.
Hey, buddy!
Daniel and Jerry drinking
practice today.
Come here, girls. Look at the cheerleaders brought you guys. Isn't this nice? They made brownies. Lemon shots for everyone.
Our friend Daniel, our old executive producer. He would definitely bring the 70s Cowboys back.
Yes. maybe in the 90s.
Oh man, you're in the dumps with this Dallas situation.
No, we just have to get off this Deion thing. And I think he made a statement today. And so I think you're right. They might be playing each other against, but he said, Colorado's my home. Whatever. These guys are all liars anyway. But he said he couldn't leave. So, but
I'm here for Colorado for at least the next 5 minutes. All right.